First this afternoon, anytime you invite a company into your home to provide a service, you want to know they have a solid reputation. Endorsements from customers are always a good place to start, and there's no stronger testimony to customer service than the Consumer's Choice Award. My first guest earned the award based on customer surveys and reviews. Mammoth Restoration and Cleaning can step in when you're totally overwhelmed by disaster. Joining me to share what they're all about is owner Matt Farris. Matt, nice to have you here.
Thanks, Gail. Nice to be here.
And I want to first give you hats off to the Consumer Choice Award. That's wonderful. How do you feel about that? This is what your customers have to say about you.
I tell you what, it was a real honor to receive that award, and very unexpected. I was aware of the Consumer's Choice Award, and because it's consumer driven, never realized that we were even in the running for it, much less winning the award.
So when I received
like
that are nice, aren't they?
They're the best. Tell me, you can tell me, they are absolutely the best.
Well, you're the owner, the proprietor, all those things with Mammoth. Describe what you mean when you say you are a restoration service.
Okay. Restoration can mean a lot of things to different people, but in our business, we take care of disaster cleanup and property damage restoration. So we help people get the cleanup done and then get their lives back to normal by taking care of the cleanup as well as the repairs.
And you know, at that time when disaster strikes is the time when people really feel they're most vulnerable, and they need somebody like you to reach out to. How soon, how quickly can you deal with a disaster when people give you a call?
Well, that's a great question. Property damage in general, when a property event occurs, a property damage event occurs, it usually creates an emergency situation, something that needs to be taken care of quickly. So at Mammoth, we're staffed to respond immediately with technicians arriving on site in 2 hours or less.
Wow.
After getting the phone call.
Phone calls from what? Are we talking fire, a tree limb from a storm that just kind of crashes into part of the house?
Yeah, both of those things. A property damage event usually is unplanned and unexpected, and so when people find out they have a problem, their first call is maybe to their insurance company to find out if their insurance company can help, or they will get online or go to the Yellow Pages and look for a service provider based on the type of service they think they need.
We are looking at, oh my gosh, some of these pictures, that a floating washer and dryer in a basement that's flooded. I mean, I can just see a homeowner totally panicked, and look what you can do to help these people out.
Right, and this is an example of a situation where a sump pump failed, and so the homeowner came home to 4 feet of standing water, and they made a call to us. We came in, pumped the water out, did the extraction, cleaned and disinfected everything that was impacted by the water, put in drying equipment, had everything dried out and ready for repairs in about 3 days. I
bet this recent weather that we had, this bad winter, broken pipes, I mean, that can really ruin a lot of things in a home. Did you get any calls about that too?
We had a lot of calls this winter. The polar vortex, as they called it, with poorly insulated homes, created a lot of homes with frozen pipes, burst water lines, flooding sometimes the entire house from the top level all the way down.
You know, fire is one of those things that you just have the fire damage, you have the smoke damage, you have the water damage. Can you ever really get a house, a business back up to normal after all that has hit?
Absolutely.
Really?
You really can, and many times people don't think that things can return to normal after a severe fire. But it can be. It's a process. It involves several steps and several types of services. As a full-service restoration company, we can provide the complete array of services that are needed, from securing the dwelling. Sometimes a severe fire will cause holes in the roof or windows to be knocked out by the first responders. We take care of getting the facility or the building secured. Then we come in and clean and deodorize everything that's savable. We can do the repairs and get the home or the business returned to its pre-loss condition, and there will be no smell, no evidence of the fire when we're done.
How long does it take for you to do this, especially in a fire? I'm specifically talking, Matt, because people are displaced from their home many times.
They are, and the severity of the fire determines the timeline on how long it takes to get things restored. A fire that's not really bad, you can have people back in their homes in less than a week usually. It involves a lot of cleaning. Everything in a home that's been affected by the fire and has soot contamination needs to be cleaned and deodorized. Labor intensive, it takes time, but usually a week turnaround is something to be expected. On a severe fire where there's a lot of structural damage, the repair process can take weeks or even months.
Well, the good news is we hope that viewers don't have to ever use your services, but for people out there who, you know, have been in a situation where either flood or fire, at least they know that there's someone they can call when they have that emergency.
Absolutely.
Man, it's a pleasure, and congratulations on the business and your award. Nice to have you.
All right. Thanks very much, Gail. Pleasure to be here.